Coast Transit Authority Executive Committee meeting for November 1st, 2023. Do we have any public comment today?
I didn't receive anything.
All right, thank you. We'll close public comment and go to our action items. Item 3A, we have the minutes before us for approval from the October 4th, 2023 meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is our information items. Item 4A, we'll review our December board agenda, and for that, we have Brad Miller. Thank you.
Good morning. So in your packet is the draft agenda, but I think it's pretty set forward because most of these items have either gone to the committee already or are scheduled to go to the committee prior to their approval. The three main action items on the agenda for December are important ones. One, we have a, well, I think they're voting maybe today, but we feel confident that we will have a labor agreement with our smaller of our two unions, with the supervisors, part of SEIU, on a new 3-year contract for your approval to ratify. As the legislative committee just heard, it's a little, I mean, that kicks in I think a hopeful ability that we can get a temporary waiver from the SEI, from PERC in Tallahassee to allow union dues to be exempted from the new Florida law, to allow union dues to be taken out of paychecks, but we've been in a period since October 1 where we have not been doing that for these 28 employees. 28 employees, I think it is? 31 employees. Yeah. And then it sounded like with the lawsuit that the state has filed against the federal government that we'll be reliant on PERC giving us another temporary waiver for that. And then the second 6B on the agenda is the board officers and committee assignments for 2024. Rachel has, I think you said you got a poll response for most board members so far?
For the committee, their interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some good
Okay.
responses. Not from everybody, but.
Anyone derelict that you see in this room right now? Just a reminder to respond to that poll.
I responded.
Did you?
I didn't,
Okay.
I didn't receive it.
I got it.
Okay,
I was just thinking, did I actually send it? So I will do that today.
okay.
The nominating committee is meeting on November 27th. That's the Monday, November 27th, Monday after Thanksgiving. And we'll make recommendations to the board then on the officers for 2024 and then the committees. And then the board has adopted a new amendments to our rules and regulations that slightly change the committees to each having one alternate. That's now an official position, and also has attendance requirements for the committees newly. So I think most like in past years, most committee members have indicated an interest in staying on the committee that they're already on. And I don't think that really will change. And then the third thing, which has gone, we're working closely with Commissioner Albritton and the City Council and the City of Clearwater on, is a extension essentially of our land swap agreement with the City of Clearwater on the transit center. The as the design has advanced, the city has taken great interest in it, and Abhishek and I are going on the road and meeting with all the city council members of Clearwater to review the design. They will have to sign off on the design of the transit center for it to move forward. So prior to their vote, hopefully, which will be at their council meeting in December, it'll be before the PSTA board. Abhishek presented it to the planning committee last month. So that hopefully that will stay on the agenda, because that means good things that the city is supportive. Finally, on the agenda, I've asked Sheriff Galtieri to give me an update on what he is seeing since we instituted fairs on the Sunrunner on October 1, and he's promised me either to provide me a report next week, and also we're meeting with our partner that we've been instituting a pilot for the last 9 months, April Lot and Directions for Living, as a pilot on providing assistance to the unhoused in St. Petersburg. We're going to meet with, I have a meeting with her later this week, and then we'll talk about, even though the contract doesn't end until April 1st, about seeing if we could maybe expand that beyond where she's really doing her activities as Grand Central to maybe the whole county, and that she could help at transit centers, like especially like in Largo and in Pinellas Park at the transit centers in Clearwater. So we'll ask her to come and give an update on how the pilot is going in St. Petersburg. There is a couple things on the consent agenda that will go to the Finance Committee. We're doing a procurement right now for the van pool. Mr. Motivated is doing a procurement for the van pool operator. T-BARTA operated a van pool service in the T-BARTA counties, and then when the legislature eliminated T-BARTA, FDOT temporarily took over managing of the van pool operation. It's contracted out to Enterprise Rent-A-Car Company, leases the vans that people ride to their job. So we're bidding that out now because FDOT has asked PSTA to take it over for the region. And the reason that it's important, it's a good service to people. It's really grown to over 200 vans. And in addition, it generates miles and ridership that we can submit to the federal government that generates grant dollars. And that's the money that T-BARTA has collected over the years that we didn't want to lose for the region. So hopefully we'll have a contract to award because the contract with Enterprise with T-BARTA expires on December 31st. We also have the HART Memorandum of Understanding that the now CEO of HART, the new CEO of HART, was agreeable to restarting after the last CEO got rid of it. It probably doesn't include shared employees like have been in the past, but it includes other sharing of procurements and other collaboration. And the executive committee already reviewed that a month ago. And then finally, we have a deal now with HART on Flamingo Fairs and how to split the costs of that technology with the software equitably. Debbie has worked out a deal, so that'll come to the Finance Committee and then to the board. As we just talked about in the Legislative Committee, December 6th is the week after the Pinellas Legislative Delegation, so we'll know the fate, what's happened to this by then. And so I would imagine Ron Pierce certainly be there to discuss with the full board we don't have a full board meeting before the legislative delegation meeting, so, after this meeting is over, I'm gonna send this out to the full board with some information, and then, we'll know at the December 6th board meeting where we stand.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're getting an update from Directions on that program, because I was wondering how it was going. I go to the hair care store and to the Family Dollar right there by the bus hub on Central Avenue frequently. So I get to see, the difference in traffic as it relates to people just kind of hanging around, standing around, versus people who are actually trying to catch the bus or use the service.
Yeah.
So I was wondering how we were doing, so I'm excited about that. It's really sad about the legislation that's being proposed, but I think that when information is shared with both the House members and the Senate members, it will become clear about the work that we really are doing.
I agree, absolutely. Madam Chair? Okay. All right. anything
Any
else,
other
Madam?
questions or thoughts?
I do have one.
Yes.
So excuse me for being late, but the traffic out there was horrible.
It was a bad day.
I know you mentioned about the MOU with HART, and I know that there was an extensive conversation in regards to the shared resources. Did we get any further on that, or how we were gonna handle that? Because the MOU at the time, I wasn't sure was clear as to, we had an agreement, we were gonna do it, everybody was gonna be responsible for it, but if a project started, resources fell on PSTA, would we then assume that cost? And I don't know if we received an answer in regards.
Right, we, since our last meeting of the executive committee, we have cleared that up, that, at this point, there will be no shared employees. Like in times past, we've shared, Al, our procurement director, was the procurement director for both, PSA and HART for a period of time and drove back and forth. So that, we've taken that out. And what remains as, there's a list of potential collaboration opportunities. But what remains is really procurement, probably is the biggest thing, and that would be who pays would be based on whatever the procurement is. It would vary. Like, for example, this deal we have with another item, Flamingo, the fairs. That has a complicated cost-sharing formula based on like the number of people that pay by credit card in each county, number of pieces of hardware on each bus, and different things like that. But I think that's been clarified. I would say that based on the good discussion we had last month, that's what I.
Okay, and it's been noted in the MOU that it's been clarified.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I was distracted with something urgent for just a moment.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Mentally,
You're okay.
I'm back. So, sorry about that. Did anyone else have anything?
Nope, we're good.
Good.
We're good. We're good.
All right. And, okay, seeing that we don't have any other business on the calendar, I'd like to
Adjourn.
thank everyone for joining us. And we're
Well,
adjourned.
I could've
Deborah,
zoomed.
sorry you had to drive all this
It was
way.
traffic. Yeah, I was sitting in traffic, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was a bad auto
There you go.
accident.
Oh.
I was telling them about it, when we coming down 34th, where the Toyota dealer is, after the Walmart, someone got hit, it was not great.
Oh, no.